Hi Flosstube, Happy New Year. It's Shelly KX Stitch on Instagram and it's only stitching here. And thanks for watching. And this is just going to be an update and it's my 100th video on this channel. I had like 130 my last channel, so yay. I had a big finish. I did 12 by 12, so that's mostly what this is going to be because I don't have anything else with me. So just my 12 by 12 and here's Nexie. And I started one little knitting project that I'll take about a minute to show you. So first of all, and tell me what you're working on. First of all, I finished the Hometown Holiday. It's on Wren, 16 Count Wren by Picture This Plus. So this is by Teresa Kogut. It was a 2-year sal, and I started it about 1.5 years in and finished the bottom. Oh, Maggie just got up. And I'm not super happy with how I did like waves right here. It's supposed to be like this is on the water. I changed this to a Christmas one. And there's Maggie. Maggie, you make a better wall than window. And I put my initials and then the year. And then, might need to put that thread in. So that's a loose thread. And I added a lot of pink to it. I think since you last saw it, I put in a lot of the building names. I know. Oh, you want to be shown? Okay, maybe that's it. Look, here's Maggie. Hi. Are you purring still? Barely? How about right there? I put the names on all the buildings of what they are. And I kept most of them the same. I changed this one to Main Antique because I go to a lot of antique stores in, oh my gosh, you can see the cat fur sticking up. I go to a lot of thrift stores, mostly thrift stores, but some antique stores on Main Street in Ventura. So I changed that to Main Antique. And I changed this one to Stitchery. And changed this to Craft Barn, but I did that a long time ago. These I think were all the same. Bakery. Oh, I know, and I changed this one used to be the stitching one. I changed that to the post office. And I said that, like I said, that one I changed to Christmas. And oh, this one I changed to FHM, which is Fairhope Mercantile, which my friend in Alabama, in Fairhope, Alabama, opened a mercantile. So fun. It's like architectural salvage. She's super creative. She's probably the most creative person I know. And she sends pictures. I'm just like, oh, what's that? What's that? It's very cool. I left this one as honey. So I did add a lot of pink. I used a lot more blue. There's just tons of things were brown in this originally. And now I guess I'm going to finish it with a quilt type finish, soft wall hanging. I did not work on this. This is going to be just in whatever my bags are here. This is me. This is Grandma's been watching the boys all week. 8 to 4. I want to get back to this Mary Green Ashton School. I love this one. It's barely started. I was gonna work on this for 12 by 12, but then I decided no. But I have that much done so far. Look at the border I left myself. Well, Maggie, let's put her down again. I know you're still purring. That's very nice. Go see Nexie. Nexie's still in here. So I would like to get back to this one. When I was looking for things to do for 12 by 12, then I just found a ton of things that I wanted to get back to. Some things were barely started, so I almost did 12 things for 12 by 12 that were just all whips or, barely started whips. But I really have the most fun when I start something new, so I did start 12 new things. Let's see, this one. I started this, and of course, Garden of Life by Blackbird, and it's my own chart, and I did a working copy because I didn't want to ruin my original because it's out of print. So I can't even show you what it is, but so far it's this, and it just has like tons of vines, which if I can make myself do it, I'm gonna just freeform the vines and then it's got an alphabet scattered throughout the vines. But unfortunately, this is like measures at like a 19 count, so it's really annoying to try and stitch 2 threads with. So I don't know how successful I'm going to be with that. This I started, and this was kind of funny because Maggie, she's very persistent today. I'm doing this with Starling from Color and Cotton. And this is a finish so far. This is 18 count PTP feldspar. And so I did this, and they're called soul birds. And I didn't realize it's supposed to be for departed people. And so I got this chart as a, passed along to me. And so the whole alphabet is not in here. There's only 6 of the letters of the alphabet are in here, just that are on the 6 different examples of the bird plus a letter. So there was one of somebody that was departed. So I put on M for Mike, but I kind of liked it once it was supposed to be like a memorial thing. Like I'm gonna do some more, and I just don't have my book with my alphabet here, and I'll just pick an alphabet that's about the same size and do some more. And that's by La Di Da, and boy, did not show that one very well, did I? I realized I have, I think, like 5 blackbirds going, and I can't even tell them apart when I hear their name, so I figured that's not a good sign. I should get going. This one I thought I was going to finish because this is Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring, and I had already put 2025 on it, but I think I'm going to just change it to 2026. I think the date's right there. And it's very big for a blackbird, and I have worked on it, but just... I looked at it and I thought, well, if I only work on this, it's 273 by 275. If I only worked on this, I could have finished it by the end of the year. Is anyone getting tired of seeing bags? I'm sorry, bag makers, but I'm getting so tired of seeing people's bags during whip parades. And I'm also kind of tired of floss, so that's why I just kind of did an on the floss. So I think this is the called for. Except for this is a cottage garden, and I ran out of it already, so I don't know what I was thinking. And this is on PTP Legacy, and it's like 14 count, so it's just huge. It's a huge chart, and like, why not make it huger? So I was doing the bottom part, and I forgot I had run out of the thread, so I used up all the thread, and I was gonna like sparingly, like strategically put different ones throughout, like, do this one with the old thread, this with the new thread, but I blew it. So this whole part is like thread that is not the right thread, but I don't think it matters that much because I think there's other greens on the sides. Really, Maggie? She's so funny. Do you want to be in my lap? I'll put you in my lap. Okay. So, nope. Now she's getting down. So really, it's just it's mostly the alphabets, and I think there's a couple things right here. And then there's not that much. It's like berries in the border. So it should be not that bad. And I could have probably finished it in the 3 weeks I had at the end of the year, but I did not. Oh my gosh. It's pretty funny. I usually don't even put needle minders on my projects, because every time I put a needle minder on my project, the next thing I know, my phone is sitting right on top of it, trying to erase my data or whatever it is. With, strong magnets are bad for electronics, and it just seems like my phone or my iPad just always ends up right on top of it. And here is my Queen of Freedom. I don't even think I've ever showed you the cover of this. It's in my closet. Not even here. It's in my closet and at the beach. And this is on 14 count. There's probably a lot of 14 count in this video compared to usual. What is this called? Feldspar. Oh, this is feldspar also. That's so weird. So this and the soul birds are on feldspar. I don't think I've ever used feldspar before. And I know I did, like I was working from the top, so I know I filled in this, and I think this just has beads left in there. And I also did some more, I think I did a little bit of the blue or something, or I was trying to fill in, you know, some of this, just something that was already there, but I was doing more of it. So it's not very exciting. So it's good they released this. Happy for everyone who could get it for a good price. Although I did not, but I don't mind. I was glad to support the person I bought it from, and glad to have her. Hopefully I will be done before the semi-quincentennial, I don't even know how to say it, the 250th anniversary of our country, the US. Okay, this one is my blessing sampler. So I started this on the 1st, and it's on French Vanilla Mistake by Live and Die LA. And this is one of my favorite fabrics because it's just almost white, and it's so like soft and smooth. And so this is some Gloriana silk in Schoolhouse Red. And after I did the A and the B, I'm like, oh, I think it's too fuzzy, because sometimes like the fabric will get fuzz on it because it's just kind of shreddy. I don't know. The fabric's soft. You wouldn't think it would be shredding the Gloriana. So let's see if I have the cover page. I should have the cover page in here. So this is called, yes, Lucy Ranger Petite Rouge #2 by GGR. And I was trying to go down to the bottom, and did I make it unto me? Yeah. So this is, there's only 10 lines of letters and verse. So this is how long it's gonna be. Because now theoretically I can cut this off. But this is the one I really like because it's got the be kind to one another. I like all this stuff. Seek ye the Lord while he is near, watch and pray, suffer little children to come unto me, and forbid them not. So I like all that. And I like how the Y's go down like this. That made it easy to go down the side because I kept like sliding down the Y's. And I definitely will get this done. Because I always pick something super small, and then I usually do another one or two and think, oh, I should have done something bigger. So I almost chose something bigger this year, but then I just went back to my normal, choose something small. Peace and Goodwill. This is by Brenda Gervais, and this is when I had my massive Brenda Gervais buy. I bought, I think, 5 or 6 patterns of hers. And so I started 2 Christmas things for 12 by 12. This is one of them. I thought I was kind of done with Christmas, but I did this and Kringles. Because Kringles, you got to start it sometime because it's huge. And this is also in Live and Die LA, Desert Camo. And I started in the middle on a lot of my 12 by 12 because I was kind of iffy about my fabric I had chosen. And the ones I hardly got any start on were ones that were weird cuts that had like a chunk up here, a chunk down there, and I was trying to figure out if I should do it this way or that way, and I had to cut the fabric. So, but this one I worked on later also. So, and I'm probably not using, no, I'm definitely not using the cauliflower because look how light the Peace and Goodwill is on this. But I think she also uses one thread, and I always use 2. So in general, everything I do turns out darker. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's some Christmas threads. I thought these will be like a pile of extra threads in case I change my mind while I'm doing 12 by 12 and I need something extra. There's 2 right here that are not 12 by 12. I worked on this a while, and it's so funny because these are for Summer Quaker by Rosewood Manor, the Valdani, and these are 3-strand, and I keep in my mind when I think about this project that I stole it from that to use it for this. I always think these are pearl cotton, but they are not. It's just 3 strands of fabric thread. And so I'm doing it on 14 count, more 14 count, and it is Nessie by PTP, and this is what I have so far. And I took out some of the stuff because I put this darker pink in, and this is more purple than I usually ever use, but the colors look good together on Summer Quaker, so I thought I would keep them, and then I just added Raspberry Parfait as that darker pink I added, because this one is kind of weird. It's like brown and peach, and it's really not that pretty. So I might make some more changes also. And this I got off the Hirschner's website for something like $5. It's called Garden Sampler. And this is by Rosewood Manor, Karen Kluba. And I would like it better if it was more purple, because like these purples are kind of dusty. I don't really like dusty, like this dusty colors. This one's kind of wild. Cheryl, do you like this one? In general, Cheryl likes the bolder stuff, and I like the lighter stuff. Although we both like pink. Alrighty. So I did make a dent on that, and that is so small. Like I could get it done. But I don't. And this one is one I thought I would, another one that had a small start, and I thought I would pick it up again, but I did not. This is the LW motif sampler. And I don't know what happened to my chart, but here's like a small thing of it that I just reprinted because I can't find the cover page. Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And this is very green, so I'm hoping that, I keep hearing they're not green anymore, but see, you can see how it's green, right? So this is how much I have done on it. But I really love that alphabet. This is one of my favorite alphabets, that big kind of cursive, not cursive, maybe like italic. I don't know what you call it, but that's one of my favorite alphabets. It was pretty funny on 12 by 12 because I started a couple things at the alphabet, and it was that very simple, like seven stitches high alphabet. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing like 2 or 3 of these in one evening. Because I was on Sandy's Zoom, Stitching with Sandy is her YouTube, S-A-N-D-I, and she's also her Zooms. She runs Zooms on 2 Sundays a month, the 2nd and 4th Sunday of every month, and I go to those Zooms, and she will happily give you the, the Zoom information, so you can just click to it. And so I started this one on her Zoom for New Year's, which is different. She starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is my time zone. So 9 a.m. until midnight Pacific time. So it's really 15 hours. So I was on it for 15 hours pretty much. And I started this one as one of my hours, Animals by Kathy Barrick. And this is pretty small. I think it's like about 140. Yeah, it's a rectangle, so it's not 140. 112 by 143. So it was way smaller. I also looked at her Kathy Barrick's London Zoo, and I almost started that one, but I decided this one was a lot smaller. So Oatmeal by Live and Die LA. And this is all the way across. So that's as wide as it's going to be. And so this is part of the Animals at Home. So this first strip is Animals at Home. So this is mostly like pets. And I was laughing because across the top, there's about like 5 different things I did the wrong color. So it was pretty funny. And then the middle one is on the farm. So that's the farm. And these are in the wild. So those are wild animals. And with a flower for some reason. Because you just need to stick a big old flower on it. And then that makes it primitive, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I was trying to find some blues because I've been changing some of those colors too. Ooh, my chair is already full. We're having windy weather right now, but it was a little bit sunny. I finally started this one. This one's huge. MMEW 1847, and this is by Becky Dory, and her company was Samplers and such, and she still have, I didn't buy it from her, but somebody told me she still sells her samplers, so you could get in touch with her. Samplers and such.com. But I love this. It's huge and it's crazy full of stuff and not very repetitive, which is always what I look for. And I really like how it starts off with motifs going across the top. That's pretty unusual because usually it's alphabets, right? And I must have been in my Live and Die fabric, because yeah, this is one I barely got started. So this is oatmeal, Live and Die. And I think by this point I was just like, I'm just choosing whatever colors. It's Maggie again. She just wants to be up here and she wants to move my camera, right, my phone. So I was adding some more pinks, and I just figure if I'm gonna hate the colors, why do it? But most of them are, it's charted in DMC, so it's almost all DMC. Okay, stuff's going on the floor now. And this one I did not start. This one is one I've been working on. It's the Embroidery Garden by Nikki's Creations. And it's a very brown, neutral prim pattern, prim palette. Oh no, this one I did start. This is not the Embroidery Garden. Oh yes, it is the Embroidery Garden. Oh my gosh, I have one that's 4 Seasons, which I thought was called Embroidery Garden, but no, it is this one. And it's not really embroidery, it's cross stitch. There's just cross stitch and back stitch. So I started that on a piece of, it looks like Wren maybe. And this one I did go back to, so I got a lot done on this one. And I changed some of the colors on it. But a lot of them I'm keeping the browns and stuff. So some of the colors I might just put in a different spot than they're called for. But it's very cute, and I like primitive stuff, and I'm trying to stop myself from making it, you know, not prim anymore. Because usually if I change it to too dark and too bright, and next thing you know, it's not prim anymore. Because I love Daisy K's primitives. Hey, Christy. Her stuff is so prim that she stitches. And I always am so drawn to it, and then I go and change it to like brighter colors and stuff. I think Nexie's over there. Maggie's staring over. The next thing I started, no, I didn't start this. I worked a little bit on this later. This was not part of my 12 by 12 Mary Nori by Lucy Beam. Lucy Beam Love in Stitches, Mary Nori, 1859. And there's the antique. I love this one. And I think I had barely started it, and I went and I just did some more letters. If I did anything, I could have done nothing. I could be lying. This is also oatmeal, Live and Die LA. I have a huge piece of this. This is a half yard. I think I'll have enough. But this one I went through the colors and I like made changes, and then I made another change. So who knows? Who knows what I'll pick up and if it'll be right or wrong. That's one of those things. Oh yeah, I'll remember that I changed all those blues to, you know, teals. No, I won't remember. This is in a bag of 1 from Celeste. Celeste Creates. And this was just, I put this in this Texas flag bag. And she also gave us these at a retreat. So I was either gonna do 3 for Thee, which I got this one from Tara, the 805 Stitcher, we're in a local stitchy group. And then somebody, I sent her a unicorn, one of her unicorns, and she sent me this. Happy Birthday USA. This is pretty new from Plum Street, and I really like this one. So I decided to do that one. And here it is so far. And I just chose a red and a blue, and I think I'm gonna try and do the bird the same colors it's charted in. But see this, see the white on here? The white symbol is a dark symbol, and the red symbol on the chart is a light symbol. So it's all backwards. Thanks, Paulette. That's super great. Drives me crazy because I keep picking up the wrong thread. I keep thinking, why did I do that? Oh no, that's right. Oh. I don't think I worked on this at all, but I'll just show it because I'm gonna get this done. My stepmom picked this out, and it's Maggie again. Wow, I think this is the most she's ever shown up in one Flosstube. So it's a Jim Shore snowman. I think it's cardinal snowman because he's got a cardinal. And I have a lot of it done except for the white. There's a lot of white left. So there's really not that much besides beads and white, I think, that are left. Yeah. There might be another red in this kind of garland that's on him. So that'll be fun. Can't even move the bag because she's stepping on it. And this is, I might have shoved this. This is a Luminous Fiber Arts mystery stitch along that I did with my friend Dawn. Frosty X Stitch is her YouTube, her Flosstube channel. And this was a mystery in 2 parts, and that's the first part that I've done. And I think it's called Gathering Holly. Do I have a picture? No, I just have the chart. It's called, doesn't say, just says Luminous Fiber Arts on this thing. It's Gathering something, so it kind of goes along with the rest of hers. And I might have shown that already, but if I did, it doesn't matter, because if you think it's cute, you should go buy it. I don't know if it's available yet, though, because it was just a mystery stitch along. Okay, I started this one. It's called Garden Jewels by Samplers and Stitches. And I think this is a PDF, so I got this online, and I'm not even sure it was Etsy. I think it's just her own website, Samplers and Stitches. And I like this except for how dark it is. And there's not that many colors in this. And so I, of course, decided I was going to add some pinks. And I think I decided to make the golds, lighter golds. But basically, these are my choices. And I think we were playing a game this hour on Sandy's Zoom. I also won on Sandy's Zoom. I won one time when we were playing categories. This is doubloon, 16 count doubloon. And so I only got that much done in the hour. And this is the one, this was crazy the way it was. There was like more chunks like here and here, and I couldn't even figure out like which way I was gonna stitch this. So that took me a while, plus it was a game. But I'm glad I finally got that started. I'm glad I chose the colors for it, because it's always slows me down when I'm like, oh, I want to do that, but I got to change all the colors, and you're just like, oh no. This one I made from an old quilt block that I bought at like an antique mall or something. So I was just showing you this because just make an antique, just put a block on it, people. It's very easy. This one is another Brenda DeRay, the Maker and the Mender. Didn't like this part, so I'm putting alphabets in there. And so I thought that was going to take a while, but I decided I was going to do, because I wanted to use this, I'm going to use an alphabet from this one, which is by Cross Stitch Antiques, Prince Albert's Exhibition 1851 Pattern Album, a source of Bristol Orphanage sampler motifs. So it has all these motifs and alphabets in it. So I'm going to put that on this, and looks like I changed the colors, made them darker, shocker, and I only have this done so far. And this is on, I don't know what this is on. It feels like Fiber on a Whim. But cute so far. We played a game 3 times, so 3 of mine are really, really sparse. But I liked everything I was starting. I liked everything that I looked through for my WIPs. So that's why I almost didn't start anything new. But I really like starting. It's my favorite, so what the heck, I had these, decided to start them. And this Scattered Seed Samplings. I think, Cheryl, I think you gave this to me, right? Because first I thought we were gonna sell it, but then I think, no, you just gave it to me for Christmas, so thank you. This is Catherine Dickinson 1840, and it's only 135 by 131. It's so cute. And I think this is on some color and cotton. And I started this maybe in the middle. Yeah, I started in the very middle and I moved up, and I changed the pink to be that. And I put that on it. And I think it's very cute. And the dividing lines are not that intense. So I think I started, yeah, I think I started and it's probably below. So I think this is starting to be that big flower that's in the middle and the bottom, and I started at that dividing band. And on hers, it's like a light green because it's right under the name. So I think I'm right there. So I think I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, you know, if I can take out green and put in pink, there we go. Now you're talking. And we have two or three more. Oh yeah, and here's my Kringles that I started, my little house. I've been wanting to start this for ages. I was inspired by Pam Stitching Between the Lines. She finished this. And I'm using some XJU Designs fabric that I got from Dawn for Christmas. Thank you, Dawn. Frosty X Stitch. Hello again. Smells good. And then, so I started, and this is in the middle, so this is where the clock is. And I'm changing most of the browns to gray. And that's why I decided to change the fabric to like a gray instead of a tan. The cat is sniffing it. What'd you think, kitty? She's like, I gotta wash my head after that one. So this clock is a lot of browns. And I think the roof is gonna be more gray, I think. And this red is gonna be redder because I think this might be something like cayenne, or it's something kind of orangey brown. What is it? Campfire, it's campfire. So I traded that for some, I think it's coloring cotton, something that I had a, you know, chunk of, because I think you need 3 skeins of it. So it's either coloring cotton or it's like something I had a couple skeins of the big skeins of Gast. Do not know. Look at this. This is how I end up with, sometimes I think I'm going to go through and I'm going to get all my patterns that just have a ton of extra thread in them because I can't decide what I'm doing, and finish those to free up all this thread. So there's a couple that have that going on. But that took a while to even choose the choices. Choose the choices of the thread. I heard of people doing WIPGO, and they're doing all Christmas. Like, I definitely need to work on Christmas more often than just December and Jolly July. So I am gonna keep working on it when I feel like it, and just remember it's there. And this is Now I Know My ABCs by JBW. Here's the best picture of it. This is one of the first charts I bought when I came back to cross stitch. I think it was in 2016. But this chart, it's already like falling apart at the creases. Like it's ripping at the creases. None of these are, of course, but on the chart, yeah, right here is ripping. So that is no bueno. And this is sterling, this is 18 count, which always measures out to 19 count. Sterling Ada by by PTP. I bought it at 123 Stitch. And nope, goes this way. So I was just working on the white, which is all the borders that goes around the letters, and then just hoping I'm counting right. And so the other color I'm using is going to be called Love Bug. And I do have buttons. I do have the little white buttons that go with this. So they came with buttons. I remember I was appalled at how expensive this pattern was. I think it was like $12.50. But it came with the buttons too. But for back in 2016, and I hadn't bought any patterns really. It was in the cross stitch shop near me that went out of business. Okay, so that's it for the patterns. I started a small baby blanket, like a like a size for your stroller or for your car seat. It's only going to be about 2 feet square. And it looks like this. So one side you can see, oh yeah, Maggie's getting very excited about the yarn. And it's going to go into yellows and greens more. But it's called a sliding garter rib. And so it's very stretchy, and it kind of looks like it does look like a rib, but you're not purling at all. And you just do 2 rows and then slide to the other side of your double pointed needles and start again. And I'm using Cumulus by Juniper Moon Farm. See, it's going to turn into these colors. That's one color. And then the other skein is just like a turquoise. And I lamed it when I was ordering because I was trying to see how much the shipping is from Little Knits. And by the way, it is $10, no matter what. And so, but I think it might get free after 80, which if I had just combined my orders, it would have been free. But no, I think I spent $30 in postage. Because I bought 2 that I didn't mean to buy. I was just checking to see how much the postage was, but the order went through. So then I bought 4 to make 2 of them. So now I have enough to make 3. But then I realized that one yarn with the green has purple in it, and it's for a boy. So I accidentally got 2 skeins of that same yarn. So now I can just cut out the lavender and put in some green. But then that means I'm lopsided because I'll still have 1 solid. So then I ordered another solid. So I've made 3 orders. The 2 I didn't mean to, the 4 I did mean to, and the 1 I made to make up. And to be able to use my other solid skein of yarn, because I got 3 solid skeins and 3 striped. Lame. I have a little bit of haul. This is from Cheryl. She ordered this from the Silver Needle, and took a long time. And it's called Susan's Greetings by Shakespeare's Peddler. And she also gave me these zipper pulls that she made. Oh my gosh, there's a kitty. So thank you, Cheryl. I just picked these up from her house, so I haven't even looked at all of them. So here's the other side. Oh, cuteness. And then I also had some, oh, this isn't even open. If I had scissors, it would be quieter. Okay. Ordered this from 123 Stitch to get some floss. And I also bought the new Blackbird book because Christy from Daisy Case Primitives did a flip through of it, because I looked at this and thought, okay, you have a million Blackbird, you can live without this. But then I didn't realize that the 2 antiques were in there. And this is my favorite style of sampler, small alphabet plus motifs that aren't symmetrical. So you had to get it. It's called the Walker Sisters. And then, oh, I didn't even know it was this big. I got this Nora Corbett, but I just want to make these 2 sweaters as ornaments. And I think it's like, they're like 50 by 70. What did I figure out they were? The whole thing is 71 by 100. So I think they're, yeah, 50 by 70 each one. And I bought some, it only has like 1 bead. I bought some Weeks and Classic Colorworks, Weeks, and here's the color thread that those sweaters are out of, this Water Lily. Oh, so pretty. It's like a, it's kind of like licorice red. It's a very pinky red. And then here are the beads for it. So I thought that would be fun. And tell me to stop buying Christmas. So out of this, yeah, Christmas. But to be fair, I think she ordered this before Christmas. But it did come in before I picked it up from Cheryl. We used to, my grandpa had a neon neon sign business, and so we had a huge neon sign that said Season's Greetings that we put up at our house, like, I don't know, 10 feet, huge, 4 by 10, I don't know. So every time I see Season's Greetings, I think of that sign. And I think that's it. I wanted to say that I have been watching Stephanie cross stitch the globe, and she's the one about that mirror from Queen of Freedom. She's been doing like predictions for 2026, and she went through and what do you call it? I guess graded how her predictions had been for 2025, and I thought some of it was funny because some of her predictions I thought she had made just because of like where she was in the community, like how long she'd been in the community, like a couple years. And so you think like, oh, everybody's gonna just, you know, do a no-buy because we all have so much stuff now. And it's like, once you've been around for a while, you realize, yeah, we always say that. January, people go, yeah, I'm gonna do no-buy. It's the same. It's the same every year. It's never a trend that lasts, but it's pretty funny. But I thought some of her predictions were interesting for 2026, and a lot of them have to do with the economy. And I was thinking about that in general because you know how like in the past, like 30s or 20s, when there was a recession and then the economy was bad, the skirts got shorter and shorter. And then I think I also heard, and this might have been from the late 80s when we had the stock market crash, that the car colors got brighter. So I think people try and cheer themselves up. And so I was wondering if we'd get like brighter colors if the economy is not super great. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I went to Warner Brothers Studios with my daughter, and we saw the Stars Hollow set. And it was about 15 buildings or something. And it's crazy because they're all temporary. They're not real buildings. And they don't have them up all the time, but they put them up. And I'm like, why don't you leave it up for a few years or something? Because it was very popular. And they drive you around the lot in a little golf cart before you get to the Stars Hollow big outdoor set, you know. And it was very popular and very crowded. And did I watch Gilmore Girls? No, not really. I've probably seen part of one season or something. So I thought I would enjoy it more because I have seen it a little bit, but it's kind of like going to a movie set of a movie you don't even know. So it's kind of cool to see all the fake stuff and see how it's kind of done. But you don't, you know, it wouldn't be as neat as like my one, I have a friend from college and she went to the Brady Bunch house, and I'm like, oh, that would be fun because I saw every episode of that, and it's like a big part of my childhood. So I can see why people were very excited. And what else have we been doing? Had our anniversary, 39 years. Oh my gosh, it's so old. And let's see what else. Babysat this week. So that's really been so tiring. Like the first 2 days, all I did was either sleep or babysit. So that was pretty funny. So tomorrow is my last day of babysitting for the week. And I think that's about it. I hope everybody is having a great new year, and hope everybody's new year is even better than last. Let me know what you're stitching on. Thanks for watching.